What if history had taken another path? What if one moment had changed everything? On this channel, we explore the worlds that never were. Welcome to Alternate History. On October 12, 1492, Christopher Columbus spotted land. This single moment changed the course of human history forever. But here's what most people don't know. He was just 72 hours away from turning back. What if he had? What if Columbus never reached America? The world you know today wouldn't exist. No United States. No American Revolution. English might not be the global language. Indigenous civilizations might still thrive across the Americas. And it all came down to 3 days in October 1492. To understand how close we came to this alternate reality, we need to look at what actually happened. On August 3, 1492, Columbus set sail from Spain with 3 ships and 90 men. But the voyage quickly became a nightmare. Weeks turned into months with no land in sight. Food was running low. The crew threatened mutiny multiple times. On October 10th, just 2 days before spotting land, Columbus made a desperate deal. If they didn't see land within 72 hours, they would turn back to Spain. He got incredibly lucky. On October 12th, they spotted the Bahamas. This moment unleashed the age of exploration. Spanish conquistadors destroyed the Aztec and Inca empires. European colonies spread across the Americas. Disease, warfare, and slavery killed an estimated 90% of Native Americans, around 55 million people. It remains the largest demographic catastrophe in human history. But it also reshaped everything. Silver flooded Europe. New crops transformed global agriculture. The world as we know it was born. Now let's rewind and change that one crucial moment. October 10th, 1492. Columbus has promised to turn back in 72 hours. But this time, a storm hits. The ships are separated. When they reunite, the crew has had enough. They force Columbus to honor his word. On October 13th, 1492, the 3 ships turn back to Spain. Columbus returns in shame and dies in obscurity in 1506. Without his discovery, other explorers don't immediately follow. A few still reach the Americas by accident, but without gold or glory. European powers aren't interested. No massive colonization. No conquest. The Americas remain largely isolated for decades longer. By the 1600s, European traders finally established limited coastal settlements, but they're negotiating with powerful indigenous empires as equals, not conquering them. The Aztec Empire isn't destroyed. It continues dominating central Mexico, growing stronger. The Inca Empire spans South America, its cities flourishing. In North America, hundreds of indigenous nations develop without interruption. Disease still arrives once contact is made. That's unavoidable. But because contact is gradual, not sudden, and indigenous political structures remain intact, the death toll is far less catastrophic. Population drops by perhaps 50 to 60% instead of 90%. Horrific, but survivable? Meanwhile, without American silver, Spain doesn't become a superpower. Without massive American plantations, the transatlantic slave trade operates on a far smaller scale. Millions of African lives aren't destroyed. History flows along a completely different path. In the Americas, powerful indigenous empires exist with modern technology. Imagine Aztec and Inca civilizations with skyscrapers, smartphones, and space programs. Their ancient capitals are now gleaming modern metropolises. There are limited European coastal cities, but the interior belongs to indigenous nations. There's no United States. Instead, North America is a patchwork of indigenous nations. No American Revolution. No Constitution. No manifest destiny. The democratic ideals America spread either never emerge or develop very differently. In Europe, Britain and France dominate without American competition. Spain and Portugal are minor powers. European colonialism focuses entirely on Africa and Asia, making the scramble for Africa even more intense. In geopolitics, there's no USA as a superpower. This changes everything. China's rise happens earlier without American counterbalance. The Cold War never happens, or happens between completely different powers. There's no NATO, no American military bases worldwide. The entire global order we take for granted simply doesn't exist. Language is different. English might not be the global language. Spanish, French, or even indigenous American languages like Nahuatl could have international importance. Millions speak these languages in schools and business. Technology develops along different paths. Silicon Valley doesn't exist. The internet might have been invented in Europe or Asia with completely different protocols. There's no Apple, no Microsoft, no Google as we know them. The space race unfolds differently. Maybe there's no moon landing yet, or different nations plant their flags there first. Culture is unrecognizable. Hollywood doesn't exist. Global entertainment comes from European or Asian cinema. There's no American music influence, no jazz, no blues, no rock and roll, no hip-hop. Instead, Indigenous American art and music shape global culture. Sports are different. No basketball, no baseball. The games you grew up with simply don't exist. And here's where it gets personal. Your daily life would be completely different. You might speak another language. Your phone would be made by companies you've never heard of. Your favorite foods would be different. No widespread corn, tomatoes, or potatoes from the Americas. Your country's borders would be different. Your own ancestry could be completely different due to changed migration patterns. The chain of events that led to your parents' meeting might never happen. You might not even exist. The world without Columbus reaching America would be unrecognizable. Not just different, unrecognizable. No United States, no Hollywood, no Silicon Valley. Millions more indigenous people alive, their cultures thriving, different languages, different borders, different superpowers. And yet, human nature suggests some things would stay the same. Empires would still rise and fall. Technology would still advance. People would still fight wars, make art, fall in love, and push humanity forward. The question isn't whether this world would be better or worse. It's impossible to say. It would simply be different. Completely, utterly different. And it all hinged on 72 hours in October 1492. Christopher Columbus spotting land on October 12, 1492, remains one of the most consequential moments in human history. Change that one moment, and you change everything. But history is full of these moments. Tiny decisions with massive consequences. A storm that arrives 3 hours earlier. A lookout who falls asleep. A captain who keeps his word to a desperate crew. So here's my question for you. What other single moment in history could have changed everything? What other what-if should we explore next? Was it a battle that could have gone either way? An assassination that succeeded or failed? A discovery made decades too early or too late? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through alternate history, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next timeline.